Hello everyone and welcome to the weekly business class with imanwbc. I'm super excited to be here. This is imanwbc, the founder of Success Road Academy, Vancouver Business Network, Edmonton Business Network, Vancouver Young Professionals, and quite a few other groups and work businesses. And I am super excited to be here to share this information with you today about how to get 3 to 5 actual paying clients per day. This is one of the strategies, not one of the strategies. This is the basis behind many of the strategies that successful business owners use to build their businesses. And I'm super excited to share this information with every single one of you. And I hope that you really take action and make a difference with using this information in your business. So that's that's awesome, and that's great that you guys are all here. I want to congratulate all of you as well for being the action taker, being the type of person who goes out and comes to these events and learns and implements. I've been receiving so many positive messages and emails from people in the last few weeks of like emails to say thank you, but more than thank you, emails about how they're using these strategies that I've been teaching in the last few weeks in their business, and the differences that it has made in their businesses. People have started taking so many actions, and I'm really grateful for being able to make a difference in your business and your life. And I'm excited about making more difference and working with more and more of you guys on building a successful business. Now, I just want to make sure that everybody can hear me properly. I see that on the right side of the screen, everybody is saying is hi and hello, and that's awesome. So I assume that you guys are hearing me. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to say hi to me. I hope so. So that's super awesome. That's perfect. Now, if you are here, I know that you guys are here, but it would be great if you tell me also which city you are from: Vancouver, Coquitlam, Burnaby, Richmond, or Edmonton, Calgary. We have people from US joining us. We will have more people coming from like international locations in the next few weeks. Right now is mainly Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton, and mainly Vancouver and Edmonton. But we are going to have more and more people from other cities as we are expanding. So in the past few weeks, I've been doing the weekly business class as a pilot project on for the 2 or 3 meetup groups that I've started. But in the next few weeks, we're going to add actually more and more organizations on board to share this information with their members, because as you can guess, this information can help a lot of other people. So if you guys are connected with any organization or business network who is looking for giving value to their members, I would love to talk to them and to give them access to these webinars on a weekly basis to their members, so they can use this information and they can help their business. And if you have access to those organizations, I would really appreciate if you send me an email. If you reply to the email that you received earlier today from me, to get access to this webinar, if you can reply to me and tell me about the organization and the connection that you have, we're going to get connected with them and give them access to join us for these weekly webinars. That's awesome. Now I saw, people are from Toronto, Edmonton, Surrey, Vancouver. I saw Sherwood Park there as well. Sherwood is in Edmonton, close to Edmonton. Yeah, Sherwood Park. Maya is from Sherwood Park. Yeah, that's awesome. So super. Hey, it's Duncan here. Oh, Duncan. Okay. Sorry, Duncan. I thought you were from Duncan. I didn't realize that your name was Duncan. So anyhow, that is awesome. Perfect. So let's get started. Now, 2 things. One is for those of you who are in Vancouver, tomorrow night, I am delivering a talk at Vancouver Business Network, teaching people how they can build a $100,000 business, mainly based on delivering seminars. Okay, based on seminars. So what are the ways of building money within seminar business? How are the ways to market it? And I'm sharing my information and my experience from doing seminars for the last 7 years of selling tickets, doing backroom sales, getting people, promoting seminars, events, networking groups, and all of that. So I'm actually very excited about sharing that information tomorrow night at Vancouver Business Network as well. I'm planning to record it. I'm not sure though if the technology allows us to record it there. So if you are in Vancouver, I highly recommend that you guys attend the meeting tomorrow night at Vancouver Business Network. It's going to be in Hootsuite office, and you can go to vanbiznet.com. It's vanbiznet.com, and get information about that seminar tomorrow night. It is actually very good for you guys to come. Now, the other thing is that we are going to have two draws like every week. So if you guys can, I highly recommend that you get a pen and paper to start taking notes. And I usually ask two questions during this talk, one in the middle and one at the end. And if you guys just answer, the first person who answers get access to the recording of my $1,000 course called Marketing Mastery Summit. Okay, so if you want, you can get in that draw and answer the question, and that would be fantastic. Now, let's get to the how to get 3 to 5 actual paying clients to your business every single week. So how can you get 3 to 5 actual paying clients to your business? Now, let me clarify something here, because for many people, actually getting 3 to 5 potential clients or 3 to 5 actual paying clients to their business is more than they can even handle. Okay, and that's a problem. That's a challenge, to get more clients that you can ever handle. Most people who I speak to, they can barely handle 20 clients a month. If they have 20 clients a month, in fact, they have way too many clients. They don't have a system, they don't have a process to handle it, okay? So the thing is that at some point, especially when you are at the beginning of your business, the challenge of building a business becomes attracting clients, okay? But when you continue building your business and you solve the challenge with marketing, then what happens is that the challenge becomes delivering the services or delivering the promises that you have made to people. Okay, and that at that point is that you have to kind of realize that where is the point that that is a sweet spot for your business, that you can handle those number of clients. And if you want to expand the business from there forward, okay, you will need to use one of the 4 strategies to be able to handle more clients. And those 4 strategies, we talked about them last week. One of them is leverage, the other one is optimize, the other one is delegate, and the next one is automate. So you either need to use leverage or delegate or optimize or automate to be able to handle more clients in your business. So what I would recommend is don't think about 3 to 5 clients, okay? The strategies that I teach you, you can use them to get 100 clients a day. Okay, you can use to get 1,000 clients a day, but the problem isn't really getting the clients. The problem becomes serving these clients that you are bringing on board. Okay, and so if well, at that point, I highly recommend that go to our last week's training. And if you don't know where you can find last week's training, all our previous trainings are at my blog on imanwbc.com. So just simply go to my blog and look at that, the 4 strategies to take your business to the next level. But for this seminar today, keep this in mind. What is the number of clients that you want to get per week or per day to your business? What's the maximum number of clients that you can actually serve with excellence in your business? Okay. If you get more clients than you can serve, it's actually going to hurt your business. Okay? And most newbies don't recognize this. Most people who are just getting started don't recognize that there is a maximum amount of clients that you should get in your business. Okay? So set that number for yourself, and actually go ahead on the right side of the screen and tell me, how many clients do you need or can you get per month that you can still serve them with excellence? And if you get more than that number, that's going to hurt you. That's going to hurt your business. So go ahead on the right side of the screen and write this for me. How many clients can you serve? Like, what's the maximum number of clients that you can serve without decreasing the quality of your services? Okay. Now, this is very important. So that is something that I want everybody to know, and just like go ahead and write that on the right side of the screen. So we want to keep that number in mind. So that is the number that we want to get you. We want to get you 20 clients, 5 clients, 30 clients. Okay. So go ahead and get that process in, like get that number on the chat box so we know what that number is gonna be. Okay. Now, until you do that, they're gonna, okay, so for Michael, it's 10 a month. So 3 to 5 clients a day is a lot of people for Michael, or for Maya is 10 a month, and for Nabil is 5 a month, for Stephanie is 4 per month, Brigitte is 6 to 8, Lev is 4 a month, right? So that's what I want to give you. That is kind of like the number of clients that you can serve per month. It actually matters a lot. So know the number, the maximum number of clients that you can handle, okay? And if your question is that how you can serve more than 15 a month, or how you can handle more than 10 a month, go to the recording from last week, and there are strategies that teaches you how to handle more clients, okay? And that's kind of for these 4 strategies. Now, Ariana said, for the in-person portion of my business, approximately 15 per week, assuming couple are coming to see me more than once each week, 20 hours per total per week, ideally. Farhana is 550 per month for Dawn. Depends on services, but 4 to 10 per month. Tanya and Steve. Okay. Now, here is one other thing I want you to know. There are several ways of having clients, okay? Now, one type of clients, many times when people talk about clients per month, okay, they talk about the transactions per month, but not necessarily new clients per month, okay? So that's actually what I'm gonna, for example, read Ariana's message, okay? In Ariana's message, she says, for in-person portion of my business, approximately 15 per week, assuming a couple are coming to see me more than once each week, okay? So the thing is that these are not 15 new clients per week. So when you are setting a marketing strategy, you don't look at the number of clients that are coming back to your business necessarily. Why? Because they are already actual paying clients. And when they are in actual paying clients, they are in the golden circle. So we have something called golden circle, okay? There are clients that you want to bring them to golden circle or money circle or money cycle. And there are people that are in the money cycle, okay? So here is what I want you to recognize, okay? Before getting into the details of the marketing campaign, okay? So here's the thing. Your marketing campaign can be divided into 5 steps, okay? These 5 steps are called ADAS. So the first step is attention. So you get people's attention first. You capture people's attention. Then you make them interested, okay? When they become interested, they have to be desired about the services that you have. So you have to make them desired about what you have to offer. And then they take action. And that take action means that they pay you, okay? So attention, interest, desire, action. Now this part of marketing, so there's 5 steps. This is 4 steps, okay? And then there is one last step. And that last step is called satisfaction. So the 5: attention, interest, desire, action, satisfaction. From attention, to action or the transaction, right? From attention to action, what we are looking at is the marketing campaigns that are designed to bring in new clients, okay? Usually, these actions will cost you 9 times more than the actions that you need to take to keep people within your money cycle, okay? So what is the money cycle? Money cycle is action, satisfaction, okay? So a client takes action, they become satisfied, and when they are satisfied, they take action again. And they are satisfied, and they take action. And every time that they take another action, that's a new transaction in your business. So action, satisfaction, transaction, satisfaction, transaction, satisfaction. Now think about this. A hairdresser that spends on average an hour per head or per person that is working on their hair, right? The person who is spending an hour, that person, if he's working, that hairdresser is working 40 hours a week, okay, doesn't need 40 new clients a week. Why? Because most of the clients can go from transaction to satisfaction to transaction to satisfaction to transaction to satisfaction. I visit my hairdresser every 3 weeks to 4 weeks, okay? So if I'm visiting, let's say I visit my hairdresser once a month, okay? So if I'm visiting my hairdresser once a month and I've been going to the same hairdresser for the last 5 years. So for the last 5 years, I've been going through transaction satisfaction process. So my hairdresser doesn't need to get 1 new client per month to replace me. Why? Because he's getting me back into his business, okay? So when you are planning different types of marketing, one thing you want to recognize is that many times the transactions that come back to your business are repeat transactions. And many professional service providers don't realize this or don't get this going, okay? For example, let's say a massage therapist, okay, or a massage practitioner, not necessarily an RMT, a regular massage practitioner, okay? Most of the times, what massage therapists or massage practitioners do is that they get a client, they go through one massage, and they say goodbye to that client, and they go back to find a new client, okay? Now, finding a new client costs you 9 times more than rebooking your old client who just walked out. And most people allow their clients to walk out without rebooking them, okay? That person can simply do this, say, you know what, every 3 months I can rebook you for getting a massage. And guess what? Maybe 50%, 40%, or 60% of your clients love to get rebooked every 3 months, every 2 months, to come back for getting your service again, okay? Now, when you don't rebook them right away, what happens is that you're gonna lose one transaction, or you're gonna get a delayed transaction, which is as bad as losing a transaction. It's not as bad, but it is half as bad as losing a transaction. Now, I'm a very busy person, and I generally like to get a haircut every 3 weeks from a hairdresser, right? Now, usually my hairdresser, he doesn't listen to me for this. Usually my hairdresser doesn't rebook me right away for my next haircut, okay? I've been going to the guy for the last 5 years. He knows that I'm gonna go back to him again. But what he doesn't realize is that because he doesn't rebook me right away to his schedule, okay, Now, 3 weeks later, my hair is, be longer than I wanted. And I look at my schedule, and my schedule is fully booked for the next 2 weeks. So for the next 2 weeks after that, I won't be able to go and get a haircut. Then a week later after that, I can go and get a haircut, right? So some transaction that could happen every 3 weeks if I already were booked with his schedule, now he is getting every 6 weeks one transaction from me. Okay, that's like getting half of the clients that you could get. Now, for filling in my place, what he needs to do, he needs to go out and find a new client to fill in that time that could be filled with me. But it's not getting filled with me because he doesn't rebook me right away. And because of that, 2 things happen. One, I often find myself having longer hair that I want, including right now. Okay, my hair isn't supposed to be like as long as it is now, but I didn't have the time to go to him. And guess what? I'm not going to have the time till 2 weeks from now. Okay. Now, the other thing is that's one rebooking that he is missing, right? The other thing is that he's spending 9 times more money to bring in new clients. Now, a lot of times this doesn't just apply to clients that are working with you. This also applies to sales processes, okay? Actually, Mila, I think Mila is saying the same thing. Let me read her comment. It says, I understood this apply for regular business, but how this apply on an e-commerce business? How to get 3 to 5 clients every single day? Okay, so Mila, that's actually great, okay? So that's the same thing, rebooking. Okay, it's not the only thing, okay? There are several more strategies, and I'm gonna tell you about more strategies, okay? But here's the thing. One of the things with e-commerce websites, okay? One of the things with e-commerce websites is that most e-commerce sites, they sell to their clients only once. The client isn't being tracked, isn't being traced for what they are looking at. They are not being advertised to every single day. They are not receiving deals every single day. Now think about Wikipedia, think about Expedia, okay? Think about Expedia. You go and buy 1 ticket from Expedia, and every single day they send you deals about trips. Now, how often do people go on a trip? Maybe once every 3 weeks, once every 3 months, maybe once every 6 months, right? However, you get on a daily basis, on 5 times a week at least, a message from Wikipedia. You go to Wikipedia and be logged in and search for a ticket to a city and don't buy that ticket. You start being flooded with emails that gives you information about discounted tickets to that city and keeps you getting back on the website and rebooking. Why? Because Expedia realizes the importance of bringing the clients back, okay? Already, my credit card is set up with them. My flight information is set up with them. My preference on hotels is set up with them. Already they know everything about me. All I need to do is just find my flight and like do a slide on my cell phone and buy my ticket, right? Yet most e-commerce websites that I shop from, they never come back to me and give me a second offer or a third offer or a fourth offer or any continuous relationship with their actual paying clients. And this rebooking is a great way to bring customers back to your gold or money cycle, okay? Now, I want you to recognize this, that you don't necessarily always need new clients to have a lot of business, okay? A lot of people say, Iman, how does this apply to a web design business? Okay, well, think about this. A web design business, how many times a person needs a website? Maybe once every 2 years, they need a new website, right? But When a person get their website done, do they need search engine optimization? If the answer is yes, why don't you prepare a monthly payment plan for search engine optimization to bring them back on a monthly basis to get a monthly transaction from that client? You get 10 websites done, have 7 people on search engine optimization. That's 7 clients that on a monthly basis, they are paying you, right? And yet most web designers are just web designers and they don't have any monthly plan, okay? You don't know SEO. Why don't you have any support package that clients can pay you $150 per month and you can keep their website up to date? Websites need to be updated. Websites need to be taken care of, right? Lots of things like that needs to happen with websites, but there are barely any web design companies out there that is doing it, okay? And then they go out and they keep looking for actual new paying clients, but the cost of this actual new paying client is 9 times more than keeping the clients that are already within your gold or money cycle, okay? If they are in the golden cycle, if they are in the money cycle in your business, and you keep giving, like you keep satisfying the needs of the services that they need, right? And then they take another transaction, they give you another transaction, and then another one. That's going to help you a lot. And I promise you, a lot of you guys on this webinar are missing payments, are missing money because you just don't have a strategy or a system to keep your clients into your money cycle and keep giving them more services and keep asking for more and more transactions, okay? There are quite a few strategies that you can use. One of them is rebooking, okay? The other one is long-term programs or long-term services. For example, if you are a coach, okay, think about how long a person needs to stay with you, okay, to get the best result of working with you, and have a package for that length of the time for a specific price. Now, that package, okay, is going to give them the time frame that they need to get the result. So they get a better result. They expect that result during that time, right? Also, you're going to charge them for 12, 13, 20, 50 transactions all at once. Now, imagine you become one of those coaches who charges clients once a week, and like for every time that they come to you. So every week you're afraid you're going to lose them. Every week you're afraid if they're not going to book you again. Every week, you know, like it's just kind of like, it's not a package deal. Every week that client is making a decision to purchase from you again, okay? Some businesses, it's awesome. Like in hairdressing, you don't want to sell a long-term hairdressing package to people, right? Or you may want, but that's a different story. But for many things, you can give them a long-term package, long-term system. You can also give them package deals. Like, for example, for a web design and SEO company, back in the day when I had years ago, I had my SEO web design company. If a person was doing their website with us, we would give them the SEO installation, the SEO setup for free. So they would want to do SEO with us. And then they would be on an $800 per month payment or $500 per month payment. Now, their website ended up $2,500 or $1,800 or $4,000. But they were on a $2,000 per month SEO package, or they were on an $800 per month SEO package, right? And those monthly clients, monthly transactions is what becomes the fuel of your business, okay? So when you are thinking about your business, a great source of clients that I can tell you 85 to 90% of business owners are missing out on and missing out on their promise is the potential of your business, of your own client base, okay, that you can go back to your client base and you can keep them in the money cycle. Okay, figure out ways to keep clients in money cycle. It's 1/9 of the cost comparing to bringing new people in and converting them to actual paying clients. Okay, so that's one side of it. Now, let's see how we can get in front of 3 to 5 potential clients a day or actual paying clients a day. That depends on your business, okay? Some businesses cannot afford 3 to 5 actual paying clients every single day because there is no way that they can provide those services to them, okay? Some businesses, they can afford 3 to 5 actual paying clients. So back to your business, going to your numbers. Some of you need only 4 clients a month. Some of you only need 10 clients a month, right? Some of you need only 5 a month. So think about your own business, okay? And then we're gonna go after the new clients. Now, Maya is asking, if you don't have a client base, you just start your business, what should we do? And that's exactly the rest of the rest of this webinar is all about that, okay? So the first part of the webinar is increase the number of transactions of your past client and your client base, okay? Now, this second part of the webinar is on now how to get new clients coming into you. And for the next 20 minutes, 25 minutes, that's what I'm going to talk about. Now, before I continue, I want to ask a question for the first door prize, okay? Now, the strategy that you use to get clients come back to your business for their next booking, what is that strategy called? What is the strategy to keep bringing clients back for the similar service? So my hairdresser bringing me back to his business. What is that strategy called that he books me for next week, for the week after, for 2 weeks after? Okay, what is that strategy called? Okay, that's a kind of a trick question though. The first person who answers this will get access to my $1,000 training called the Marketing Mastery Summit, which, by the way, has 5 strategies that will teach you how you can grow your business and how you can increase your sales. Okay. Now there are a lot more than that in Marketing Mastery Summit, in Marketing Mastery Summit recording, but the answer is not money cycle. The answer is not money cycle. Money cycle is within your marketing system. You have attention, interest, desire, action, satisfaction. Ava is right. It's called rebooking, but Ava has Marketing Mastery Summit before. So I'm waiting for another person to come up with the answer. Okay, come on guys, the answer is on the screen. Just one person needs to retype what Ava said. Okay, pre-transaction client satisfaction. No, seriously, no. The answer is on the screen. Okay, the answer is on the screen. Just read what Mana said. No. Transaction satisfaction is great, right? But that strategy to book people again, okay? The strategy that is for booking people again is called rebooking. Okay, that's why I said it's return customers. No, but that strategy, D. Okay, D. Good. D's. Okay, that's funny. That's funny. It's just kind of like the answer was on the screen. Anyhow, D, you are the winner of the of Marketing Mastery Summit. And this is the second week that you give the answer, the first person, but you've already won Marketing Mastery Summit. So I got to give you another gift right now. Okay, so it's fair to give you another gift. And let me think about it. Actually, you know what? Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you access to one of my best ever trainings called Promotional Partners Masterclass. Okay, so I don't give people access to Promotional Partners Masterclass. I never give this to people as a bonus, except to very high paying clients to us. But this is your second week, and it's like 2 weeks in a row that you gave the answer before everybody else. So I'm going to give you access to Promotion Partners Masterclass, which is a course that teaches people how to get hundreds of people referring clients to them on a regular basis. It's actually, in a way, in a mentorship program. It's a weekly course. Is like 5 weeks of training on how to get hundreds of people refer clients to you. Okay, so Ava, congratulations on winning Promotion Partners Masterclass, and D, you are the winner for today for Marketing Mastery Summit. Please send me an email, answer the reply to the email that I sent you earlier today. Just remind me, so I have your email address, so I can give you access to Marketing Mastery Summit. Ava, same thing for you, to get access to that. And Maya, we added you to the system last week, so probably you have received an email from imanwbc last week. The title of the email is important. So if you haven't received it, Maya, check your emails from me. Maybe it says went to your spam box. If you have received it, just you haven't received the email. We added you to the system. I'm 100% sure we've given the gift. If you haven't received it, just send me an email, and we're gonna resend it to you. Okay, awesome, perfect. So so let's go on with the other strategy. Okay, so now let's say we are getting started. We don't have any past clients. Okay, so we are just getting started. We don't have any past clients, and we are we just want to get started. Now, what should we do? Okay, what should we do to get access to these people, to get 3 to 5 potential clients every single day? And here's what you want to do. The strategy that you want to use really depends on 2 types of the market that you have. Okay, we have 2 groups of the market out there that you can communicate with. One is the 3% of your market, and the other is the 97% of the market. So what is the 3% of your market? The 3% of your market are the people that wake up in the morning and they say, I have a problem and I know that I need to go to a specific type of profession to help me solve it. And they go to Google and search to find you, or they ask their friends if they know any specific person that can help them. Okay, in a simple word, let's say you wake up in the morning and you have headache. Okay, now there are 2 groups of people who have headaches. There is a 97% who wake up with a headache and say, oh, I have headache, maybe I need to drink more water, and maybe I need to take a Tylenol or an Advil, or maybe I need to exercise more, or maybe I'm gonna just rest more, or I think I need to go and visit someone, but I don't know who I want to visit. Okay, that's usually 97% of the market. And then there is this other side of the market, which is the 3% of the market. Okay, now with the 3%, they wake up in the morning and they have a headache, but instead of saying that I may need to get Tylenol or Advil, or go and visit a healthcare professional, they say, I have headache, I gotta go to a chiropractor, or I have headache, I gotta go to an acupuncturist. I have headache, so I gotta go to see my medical doctor or my family doctor. Okay, so when they have a headache, the first thing that they think about is their family doctor, is their chiropractors, their acupuncturists. Okay, those are the people who know exactly who they are looking for. So the 97% know that they have a problem, or they may not even know that they have a problem, but they know the symptoms of the problem. They wake up in the morning and they say, my business doesn't make enough money. Okay, they don't know necessarily what the problem is with not making enough money in the business, but they know that their business doesn't make enough money. Okay, this other group, the 3%, they wake up and they say, I'm not making enough money because I don't have enough sales, so I need to find a sales coach, or I need to hire a salesperson, or I need to find a mentor to mentor me. Okay, now You divide these two groups from each other in your marketing. The type of the marketing that you do to the 97% is different than the type of the marketing that you do for the 3%. Okay? The type of the marketing that is for the 3% is more direct to the point. Why? I wake up in the morning, I say I'm looking for a chiropractor. I go to Google and search for chiropractor Vancouver, chiropractor Edmonton, chiropractor Sherwood Park, right? Chiropractor, the location. And I find several chiropractors. I look at their rankings. I look at their location, how convenient they are. And all I want to know is that they are good chiropractors. They have treated people like me, and that's it. And I pick up the phone, call them, and go to them. Most of the times, the 3% of your target market, they already know that they have to spend money. They already have the budget. Okay, they don't need to figure out that when they want to go to a chiropractor, they have to pay the chiropractor. They know that. Okay, they wake up, they want to go to a chiropractor, they go to the chiropractor, they purchase, no problem, they come back. Okay, the challenge with the 3% is that there are only 3% of people. So when they search, you have to have a way to be in front of them. Okay, a lot of people say, we are competing with 10,000 people. A lot of realtors in Vancouver say, we are competing with 10,000 realtors in Vancouver. Guess what? You are not competing with 10,000 realtors in Vancouver. In fact, you are not even in competition. Why? Because if I search for you, if I search for a realtor, I won't be able to find you. If I can't find you, you are not even in competition with the other 9,999 people. Okay? So you may be in competition. If I'm looking for a realtor, I go ask my friends, and my friend knows 3 realtors. Maybe you are in competition with the other 2 realtors that my friend knows, and is going to introduce to me, right? But you're not in the competition in Google. You're not in the competition on different places that I'm going to search. So for that part, for the 3%, you need to make sure that you have visibility in places that people are searching. Now, sometimes it becomes very, very expensive, okay? Sometimes, for example, you go on Google and you want to advertise for Realtor Vancouver, and you see every click is like $15. And it takes maybe 100 clicks for you to find one client, and that's like $1,500 to pay to potentially find a client, and maybe not. Maybe you need to spend 400 clicks, which is like $6,000, which is more than your commission, okay? So sometimes those advertisements for the 3% become more expensive than the actual money that that person brings to you. And now here is the thing. For many businesses, the initial investment that they put on getting a client is even more than the initial transaction of that client. And this is what I want you to get in terms of expanding your business. If you don't have a good system to keep these clients getting back to you and giving you another transaction in your business, you're going to lose the potential of bringing these 3% to your business. And the reason for that is simple. You don't have a way to bring them coming back for 2 times or 3 times to pay for their client acquisition cost. Okay? So the money that you spend to get one client, write this down, the money that you spend to get one client is called client acquisition cost. So that's your cost on acquiring one client. Okay? Client acquisition cost is the money that you spend to get one client. The money that you make on average during the lifetime of one client is called average customer lifetime value. Okay? Many times they refer to it as just simply average lifetime value. Okay, many times they refer to it as customer lifetime value. Okay, but what you want is the full name is average customer lifetime value. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to make sure with using the strategies such as rebooking to bring the client more and more back to your business to increase your transactions. Okay, when you do that, then you increase the average customer lifetime value. Now, the higher average customer lifetime value is, the more it makes sense that you invest in advertisement to bring in more clients on board. Okay? So many times people will tell me, Iman, it's really expensive to do advertisement because we got to spend $100 to get one client and our service is worth $100. And I say, you are right. But the question is why your business is only, your average customer lifetime value is only $100 if one transaction is $100. How can we bring these people back on a constant basis? Okay, many of my clients, actually, that's the way that I help them. Many of my students that they work with me in my mentorship programs, that is the way that we instantly increase their sales. Okay, actually today I was talking to one of my students. Today was her first session, and we were talking, and I realized that she's giving discounts to people, or she is not giving people like she's doing stuff that is decreasing her average customer lifetime value, right? So the first thing I'm gonna fix in her business, and I fixed in her business, is that fixing everything that is decreasing her average customer lifetime value. Guess what? If we remove all of that, she's going to increase her sales by 30 to 40%. She's already running a $100,000 business. Just by removing things that she's doing that causes her to decrease her average customer lifetime value, that's additional $30,000 to $40,000 increase in sales in a year, just by fixing things that is decreasing her average customer lifetime value. Okay? So make sure that you have strategies in place that you can increase your average customer lifetime value. The more you increase your average customer lifetime value, the more money you have to spend in your client acquisition cost. Okay? Now, as I said, there is a 3% of the market and there is a 97% of the market. Now, the 97% of the market wake up with the headache, but they don't know what is causing their headache. They are not actively looking for a chiropractor or an acupuncturist. They are not technically wait a second. Now you're skirting around the how of new client acquisition. Okay, Larry, I'm not sure if I follow your comment, but anyhow, I'm teaching this the strategy on how to get the new clients, and if you follow this, you will get it. Okay. Anyhow, now the second part is the 97%. Okay. Now, for the 97%, you usually get 50% of your clients from the 3%, and you should get 50% of your clients from the 97%. Hope that makes sense to you. Okay? Why? Because the 3% that come to you and find you, they right away see the value and they are ready to purchase. So from the 3%, right away they want to purchase from you. Okay? From the 97%, they have to go through a process until they are ready. Okay? And for that matter, you have to design a sales funnel that on that sales funnel, you have to make people interested into your process, and that's where we come to attention, interest, desire, and action. Okay? So the way that you do this is that remember that these 97%, they have the challenge, they have the fear, they have the frustration when they wake up, or they have a specific want and aspiration, but they don't know that you are the person that can help them, okay? They don't know if your services is the best services that can give them the result, okay? So what you need to do is that you need to use a technique called information marketing. What is information marketing? Information marketing is a way of marketing that you share your information to position yourself as the go-to expert for a challenge, fear, or frustration that people have, okay? So instead of going directly and keep promoting that you're an acupuncturist, keep promoting that you are a chiropractor, keep promoting that you are a coach, keep promoting that you have the most beautiful e-commerce website out there, you focus on one specific issue that you know that you can solve the best, okay? And you start promoting that content. Now you can use that content you can share that content by using webinars. You can share that content by using seminars. You can share that content in a book. You can share that content on podcasts. You can share that content on a blog. You can share it on a YouTube video. You can share it on your Facebook. You can share it on so many other places. It's not about the medium that you use to share it, okay? It's not about the YouTube. It's not about webinar. It's not about seminar. It's not about the book. It is about the challenge, and it's about your solution. Now, however you feel more comfortable sharing it, use that technique, okay? What matters is that get super focused on one specific issue that people have and teach them how they can overcome that specific challenge, fear, and frustration. Now, you can use a webinar, and then you can use, so that webinar comes in the second layer. So if you look at the marketing campaign, we look at the marketing campaign in a funnel, and the funnel will have 4 levels. The first level is the traffic, is where you bring the traffic from, okay? The second level is called the client magnet, okay? Is the place that you make people interested, you educate them about what you are offering, so they position you as the go-to expert. They position you as the person that can help them to solve their problem. Then you have to have a place to convert them from interested into invested. Now, what are the strategies that you can use from converting them from interested into invested? You can send people to a consultation session, and on the consultation session, talk to them and, offer your package. Now, these people who come to the consultation session, they already know what you have to offer. They already know what you can do for them. They already have seen your expertise, and they already have heard about the success stories of other people working with you, okay? Now they are ready to take action on your services or products. However, they weren't open, okay? They weren't open to get, to have this conversation before they come to the session. Does that make sense? A lot of people come to this consultation session. A lot of people offer a free consultation session, but they offer a free consultation session from not making people interested. Okay, so make sure that first you have to make people interested, then you have to have them take action. Okay, that is a big deal, and that's what most people don't realize, don't recognize, and that's where they are losing money. Okay, as simple as it feels that it is, okay, most people never use it. Most people never do this properly. Okay, and so they go out, they keep talking to people that this is what I want to do, this is what I do, this is what I do, this is what I do. Okay, yet they never educate people. Now, what is the value of this education piece? The value of the education piece is that if you have an educational piece before your conversion piece, more and more people are willing to open the doors for you to share your content with their contacts, with their network. Okay? Now, I wanted to give you several strategies here behind this that you can use to get people to your system. Okay? One of the strategies that you can use simply, okay, is from attention to action, from attention to interest to desire to action. You can use several online strategies, okay? And for those online strategies, one of the best ones is that, for example, many times people write a PDF and put it online. But here is a challenge with those PDFs that write and they put it online. The challenge are when they are putting it online, then they forget that this free ebook is supposed to position you as the go-to expert and generate the leads to your consultation session. So many of the ebooks that are out there, and I look at them, they're great educational ebooks, but they forget that this ebook is supposed to convert people to either an actual paying client or convert people to get on a consultation session to become actual paying clients. So the ebook has no reference of sales follow-up. Okay? So what you want to do, you want to get an ebook or put together an information piece that information piece gonna convert people to come to your one-on-one consultation session, or is gonna convert them to come to purchase your product directly. Okay? And when you are running ads to it, okay, it's a big deal that you run the ads to the target market that is interested in the challenge, fear, and frustration that you are referring to. So in a way, don't advertise necessarily directly regarding your service. Okay, you can have your name chiropractor, your name acupuncturist, your name whatever expertise you have, but make sure to focus on one specific problem and have a specific way for people that they can learn, and at the end you're converting them to actual paying client. Okay, so that's something that you can actually use a lot in your business, and that's actually what most successful people are actually using. You know, that simple strategy that most people think they know is the strategy that they are not really using it properly. Now, for example, Maya says, can you give me an example? And yes, absolutely. So, for example, one of my students is a mortgage broker, okay? And for his mortgage business, we designed a PDF that says how you can save $10,000 on your next mortgage, okay? So the piece is on saving money on your mortgage, right? We ran the ad on Facebook. People were downloading the PDF, but right after downloading the PDF, it was a video of him saying, thank you very much for downloading the PDF. Your report is on the way to come to your mailbox. However, you can sign up for a free consultation session with me, okay? So I can go over your mortgage application and see how I can save you a lot of money. Okay. And then from there, he's getting leads, actual leads of people who have mortgage, who their renewal is coming up. Okay. And guess what? From every 5 people who is sitting with him right now, he's converting 2 to become actual paying clients. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's an easier strategy, but guess what? Most mortgage brokers have never used it. Okay. These strategies may sound simple, but when you get into the details of them, most people aren't using them properly. Okay. When I look at the strategies and the way that people are implementing it, they are not really implementing them correctly, right? One of my other students is an anxiety coach, and he has anxiety programs, right? And for the last 4 years, he's been working with different marketers trying to figure out how he can sell his services. And not a single one of them built a process for him to get people interested first in his coaching sessions, right? And this guy charges $5,000 per month for his coaching, right? Yet nobody went and created a system for him that first he positions himself as the authority, then he offers. Everybody said, oh, let's put an ad for you for an anxiety coach. And guess what? Those are the 3% of people, and they come. And if they can't afford, they can't afford, they don't have a relationship with you, they won't buy. The 97% are the group of people that if they build a relationship with you, they value your service and they value what you can do for them, okay? So you wanna make sure that you have a very, very specific system, very specific system for your business that works for you, okay? There is no one system that can answer everybody's business, okay? But every single one of you has one specific thing that people are interested to learn. Figure out that one thing that people in your 97% of your market are interested to learn, okay? And build a funnel around that specific problem that you can bring them to the system, make them interested, and convert them to actual paying client. When I had my web design and SEO company, one of the things that I did, I went out and delivered seminars, and right from the seminars, I converted people to a free one-on-one consultation session. And from the consultation session, we were doing sales, 2 out of 3 people. Guess what? There are tons and tons of web designers out there. There are tons and tons of web designers out there. And yet, not a lot of web designers out there go really out and deliver presentations. And people say, well, that's an easy thing to do. I'm going to do it, right? Yet look around. How many people are actually doing it? How many people around you are actually sharing that information? It's not about knowing the fact that the strategy exists. It's about the fact that you actually go and implement it. Okay? So yeah, so today this was the coaching call today. Now, before we continue, I'm going to do 2 things. One is that the next door prize is going to be about a question on, let me see what I can ask you the question about. Okay. What is the piece that you put after attention to make people interested into the, that's a hard question. But the 2 groups of the market that you have, okay? The 2 groups of the market that you have a 3% and a 97%, okay? What is the characteristic of the 3% of your market? The first person who answers that gets access to the recording of Marketing Mastery Summit. It's a $1,000 training. It's a weekend long, okay? And that's actually the first person who does that can get a lot of value, can get the access to that. So what is the characteristic of the 3%? The 3%. No, it's not desired. There's a 3% and a 97% of your market. What is the characteristic of the 3% of the market? They do what? And Stephanie says, I'm a real estate investor helping others build real estate in Vancouver using furnished rentals as my vehicle. Wondering how I implement some of what you have said for my business. Okay, Stephanie, that's an amazing question. Okay, that's an amazing question. And I'm gonna answer you for that question, okay? Just to stick around. Actually, everybody stick around for answering, for seeing. Okay, I'm gonna build a funnel for Stephanie right now on the fly, okay? Stephanie, stick around, and everybody stick around to see a live example of this, okay? Let me see who is the winner. They know what solves their problem. Okay, Paul. Paul, you are the winner of the next Marketing Mastery Summit recording. Please send me an email, okay? Please send me an email to get access to the to your Marketing Mastery Summit recording, okay? Now, Paul is the winner for Marketing Mastery Summit. Now, Stephanie, I'm gonna do one thing, and I'm gonna come back here and talk to you about this and answer your question. That's a great question. Now, one other thing is that before we wrap up and before I answer Stephanie, which actually is very helpful for all of you to hear, okay? On the right side of your screen, I'm gonna make a link available for a free consultation session with me for our mentorship program, okay? This funnel that I was talking to you about, these strategies that I was talking to you about, is the secret behind the success of my students, okay? As I said, a lot of people think they know what they are doing because they look at other people and they see that others are doing something and they think they can go and redo it. The reality is that they can't. The reality is that there are years of experience behind these funnels, and everybody had a mentor on this, okay? So make sure that if you are building a business, make sure to go and get a one-on-one consultation session with me. As you saw during this, I am not actually like a full pressure, sales, like go buy from us. We're gonna have a forced conversation about your business and see if we can help you to build your business, okay? If we can help you to expand your business and grow your business, I would be more than happy to work with you as your mentor, take your hand and help you build a successful business for yourself. Most of our students get amazing results from their sessions, from their programs. The return on investment is fantastic on their programs. And this is something that is worth your time. And I want to talk to you to see if we can help you to expand your business, okay? Building your business doesn't need to be complicated or hard. You can have a system for your business that makes you work much less and get much better results, okay? And Maya, you are the winner of the Marketing Mastery Summit. Paul is giving a pass on that. So Maya, you are the winner. So make sure that you're gonna send me an email about that, and you can get access to Marketing Mastery Summit. Now let's go with Stephanie. I want everybody. So on the right side of your screen, you can see Apply Now button. Click on that Apply Now and fill in that application form to get a one-on-one consultation session with me. We're going to get on the phone. We're going to talk about your business and see how we can help you to expand your business. Now, Stephanie asked a very good question. So Stephanie is asking, I'm a real estate investor helping others build wealth through real estate in Vancouver using furnished rentals as my vehicle. Wondering how I implement some of what you have said for my business. Okay. Now, the first thing is that, Stephanie, what you need that when you can help certain type of people is that, first of all, get focused, very focused on who is the best client for you, okay? And see, for example, who are the people who are looking for building wealth through real estate investment for furnished apartments, okay, furnished rentals. Who are those people? Are they retired people? Are they in their 40s? Are they people who are professionals making $100,000 a year? Are they family members, like they have a family? Who are those people? Write the characteristics of those people. What we call this? We call this a client avatar, okay? It is called client avatar, okay? So write down your client avatar. So see who is the best person that you can offer them this service, okay? So that's the first thing. The second, think about them and see what is the biggest challenge, fear, and frustration that they have, or what's the biggest want and aspiration they have, okay? For example, what you can do is that think about the benefit, the biggest benefit of your real estate deals, and see, for example, let's say the deal can be, if a person invests with you, they can get 2 times benefit, or 150% more benefit from the real estate investment, okay? And make that a hook. What is your hook? That's called the hook, okay? So what does the market want? Who is the market? So that's client avatar. Write down your client avatar and see what your hook is. What is the one thing that if you tell people, people say, yes, I want. That becomes attention, okay? So we want to create attention, interest, desire, action, okay? So you find out your hook, which captures people's attention, and you can call that, now, as I said, you can use a podcast, you can use a webinar, you can use a seminar, you can use a book, you can use a blog, you can use anything. It's not about the book, seminar, webinar. It's not about that, okay? A lot of people get sold to that. A lot of people say, oh, I want to do Facebook marketing, I want to do seminars, I want to do webinars. It's not about webinar, seminar. It's not about that, okay? It's about sharing your knowledge with the best medium that you are comfortable with. Okay, so find your hook and connect it to an educational piece, which can be a free seminar for you, which can be a free video for you, okay? And record a video that in that video you are explaining to people what their challenges are and how real estate investment on furnished properties is the best option. So see what your customers are comparing your real estate investment with other things. Find the most important things that they are comparing it with, and then tell them why it's the best thing and why today is the best time, okay? And why this is a great opportunity. And then at the end of that, if you have an amazing offer, if we call it an irresistible offer, if you have an irresistible offer, if they become interested, then with an irresistible offer, they become too interested to take action, okay? But if you don't have an irresistible offer, then that makes it hard. So one thing about information marketing is that with information marketing, you have to have a great product. You have to have a great service. And that's why at the beginning of this webinar today, I started with that last part. Make sure that you are serving people with excellence. So now you can go and do information marketing and bring people on board, okay? So you're saying they're passive investors putting in 25% down payment, but making 50% in cash flow and equity, okay? So that's great. So the thing that you are telling me is the benefit of this. And I would use this as actually the hook, okay? So I would use this as a hook, and I would use it in Facebook ads, or I would use it as, you know, as a title of my presentation. I would probably make a presentation, say, how to make 50% in cash flow and equity with real estate investment. That is unheard of, okay? Then I would go to real estate investment networks. I would deliver a talk on how to make 50% in cash flow and equity return. Okay. Now, this is the power, and that's what you want. You want to kind of come up with the idea that what is the exact challenge that people have, what's the exact want and aspiration that they have, okay? And build a system for it and keep presenting it. Now, this funnel will have a conversion rate, okay? Now, for example, from every 100 people who you put at the top of this funnel, 2 people become actual paying clients. So if you want to get 10 clients a month, all you need to do is that you need to put 500 people on top of the funnel, so you get 10 actual paying clients. If you want 2 actual paying clients a month, then you need to put only 100 people on top of the funnel, and you get 2 actual paying clients. So the more you increase the attention, the more clients at the end of this funnel you get. What you need to build is this funnel. If you build this machine for your business, then all you need to do for getting more or less clients is to increase the number of people at the top of the funnel. And that gives you brand new clients. Okay, so Stephanie's example was a perfect example, and this is exactly what we can do for you. This is something that we can build together. We can help you in our mentorship program. We can take your hand and we can help you to build a machine like this for yourself, so you can automate your business first of all. Okay, you can creating your system, and you can optimize your system. Stefan is asking, where are you getting your numbers from? The numbers come from testing, Stephanie. So right now, when I say 2% or 1% or 5%, they are the baseline numbers. Okay, some funnels have 0.5%, some funnels have 30% conversion rate. So and then every step of the way has different numbers. Now, if I want to get to all of those details, becomes very, very sophisticated, very high level webinar, and it will be really hard for everybody to follow those numbers and the tracking. We kind of use sophisticated systems and stuff to be able to calculate our numbers and know our numbers and know how to get them. Okay, but they are baseline numbers. You usually expect a 1% conversion rate at the end of your funnel. Now, there are, like as I said, there are lots of things involved with this. And it really depends on every single business. In a business like your business, well, I don't know your margin, but even if you get 1 out of 500 people converting to become a real estate investor, I guess you will still make profit. And as I said, the way that you can recognize this is comparing your client acquisition cost with the average customer lifetime value. Okay, so thanks everybody, and thanks for staying over time. I know this is a kind of a a little bit more complicated title and subject, but the fact is that it's easy to implement in a way if you have a guide, and it's also easy to implement if you keep working on building your funnel. Okay, you have to keep working on it, keep calculating numbers, and keep improving, optimizing. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. And as I said, if you want to go to Poppins, there's 5 sections on top. One of them is called Poppins. Click on Poppins, and you can see the free consultation session form. Go to the free consultation session form. Let's have a one-on-one consultation with me. I would love to sit with you, talk to you about your business. I see that actually quite a few number of forms we just received right now. And I can talk to you specifically about your business and help you more and more. Now, when I finish this webinar, that link is going to go away. So make sure that you click on Poppins right now and you click on Apply Now. Apply for a free consultation session. Let's get on the phone. Let's build a plan for your business. Let's take your business to the next level. Okay? Thanks very much, everyone. Apply for the consultation session. I will see you next week. And as I said, and as you know, the recording of these webinars are always available on my blog at imanwbc.com few days after the webinar. So probably in 24 hours or 48 hours, the recording of the webinar will be available if you want to watch it again. Thanks, and have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye-bye.